It's like if you were to something like that. One is you are
I'm really excited that I managed to find it because my brother was so
oh yeah.
Okay.
So, hey guys, okay, so this is the Digimon panel for Emerald 2014.
Yeah!
So, my name is Sam. My favorite Digimon season, well, of course, the two originals, but I actually really do like Frontier as well. My favorite Digidestined would have to be. Come on, I gotta say hi. The original is always the best. My favorite Digimon, I actually really love Runamon.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm Paul, and I guess I can say favorite Digimon is Gargomon. Right? I am wearing pants. Just thought I'd elaborate that. Favorite Digidestined, I'd have to say was Izzy. All right, it's kind of a nerd in that sense. Yeah, that's about it.
I'm Shell. My favorite season was probably the original as well, though I do really like Tamers. My favorite Digidestined is definitely TK. It's my favorite. And my favorite Digimon is probably either Gomamon or Tentomon. Yes.
She likes me!
So, on that note, everybody's favorite season. If your favorite season is Adventure, raise your hand. How about O2?
Fine.
Tamers. Frontier.
It's better than people think.
I mean, those other series.
Hey, Cross Wars was great.
I went for Data Squad.
What?
I'm not gonna lie, punching Digimon in the face to get your Digimon to Digivolve still has it for me, alright?
That's the only reason I kept watching.
It's to fight alongside with the Digimon.
Or just watch
Same
Monster
time,
Rancher.
You get to fight in the process, alright? What else do we have?
Cross Wars.
Cross Wars. You got any Cross War fans here?
Digimon Gurren Lagann? Yes, please.
Gurren Lagann mixed with Apple. That's what I consider it as.
Yeah, but my thing with Frontier is they did kind of start doing the people turning into Digimon at the end of Tamers. So they tried to do a new spin-on with Frontier about how like they can evolve, they can do
Instead of having a Digimon.
Yeah, because it kind of gets old after a while.
It's Digimon Tokusatsu. It's like Digimon Kamen Rider or something. That's the positive light to put it in.
Like, you know, like the Data Squad, I'll punch you in the face. Oh, look, my Digimon evolves. Oh, woo, it's just like re-Geo Digimon this, re-Geo Digimon that, and it kind of got boring, and it didn't have anything to it.
Yeah, I actually stopped watching after Frontier, so I can't say anything good or bad about the other seasons, so.
I tried watching Cross Wars. I watched the first couple episodes, and there was just something I didn't like about it. Like Starmon, like he's supposed to be ginormous, like this big, like bad butt, and he's like this now he's like this tiny dinky thing that has nothing to do except turn into a sword.
Well, there is another Starmon later in the show.
Yeah, that's true.
Any comments on Agumon's new voice?
You mean Takato?
Original's the best. That's.
Out of curiosity, do we have any Leomon fans in here?
The tragic hero!
Keep your hand raised if you were happy when he died.
Hey, he broke the little girl's heart. And that laid the plot for the rest of the show.
Listen, I tried to make up for it, okay?
And the first time it shows the relationship as a canon, other than in season 2 with Sora and
epilogue that we don't talk about.
Yeah.
Nope.
Leomon is my father.
It was actually just the first 4 episodes of Cross Wars that did it for me for Leomon's death. Because it was just replayed over and over and over.
I think they did that just as a joke.
I thought we got
Hey kids, remember when this Digimon continuously died? Yep. Now, we're gonna have an entire at least 4 or 5 intro episodes to it.
No, I was sad in season 1 when Leomon died, and in season 2 and season 3, and by season 4 I was kind of sick of it. It's like, okay, he's gonna die, who cares? Get it over with.
And then Frontier, they bought like Dark Leomon.
Yeah.
Andy was in Savers. There was a Bancho Leomon who also died.
Poncho, okay. It's sad.
Bancho Leomon was awesome though.
So on that note, anybody have a favorite Digimon they want to talk about?
Yes. Okay, let's start with Gomamon.
What do you want me to say? Obviously, go on.
Well, we'd like you to say Gomamon just for the hell of it, anyways. But yeah.
Everybody downplays the friendly fishes. I fed my entire party for the entire show.
Good job.
I sold off my friends.
You can just like go in a row, I guess. Then. Yeah.
Yeah,
Aquaman
nobody
turned
wants
evil. Aquaman turned evil.
Alright.
Go my Otismon.
Said Wizardmon! Wow!
The loyal Wormmon.
Yes! Yes!
He put up with a lot of crap.
He did.
Ken's a good guy.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I don't really have a favorite.
Oh yeah, because I just introduced you don't know this. I just introduced like a month ago. I'm turning into her fan now. I gave her Frontier and now
You're
she's addicted to
digivolving her?
Yes.
Well, I watched it when
Sorry,
I
that was
little
too
and
easy.
I stopped watching it.
And I got you back into it.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna watch more of it. I turned all my friends into Digimon fans and I don't know what it is.
I know what it is, like you said. I forgot about it.
I'd have to say Black or Greymon, probably.
Oh yeah.
Good.
So deep, so deep.
Vmon. Good choice. I had a friend whose car was named Vmon.
I have an individual who's probably about yee tall, right? Named Veronica. We just call her V. Right? So she headbutted me one time. I was like, for now on, I'm calling you Vmon because that was just a V headbutt. It was a V headbutt moment. You know? I don't know what I did to deserve it, but it's the nickname she got.
That's awesome.
Alright.
Nice.
Just one step above.
Shoutmon Cross 9 because goddamn where does it stop?
Wow. Yeah. Yup.
Guillemon.
Yes.
Awesome.
Good choice.
I saw Guillemon too today. There's a girl dressed in like a fur suit and Guillemon.
Nice.
Why isn't she here?
She's the cat.
I passed the guy.
All the way down the line.
Probably at the back of the line.
Yeah.
There was another Wizardmon that didn't make it.
I passed the guy in an Agumon hoodie.
Yeah, I saw that person too.
Phil? I would have to say Gabumon.
Gabumon is one of my favorites too.
Where's Guillemon?
Yeah, Wargarumon's great.
Yeah.
I broke my arm acting like him as a kid.
You failed to digivolve.
Needed the crest of friendship in order to do so.
I was on the slide like I was him and just.
Sadly, after then he evolves into Leomon, then it's just sad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Wormmon also because not only did I love the entire story of Kenichi Joji, but when it comes to my workplace, I am Wormmon.
If it makes you feel any better, I think that's any job in general.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it this way: when your boss is your father, there's an extra level of pain.
So in other words, your father is Stingmore.
Or Ken, whichever.
Yep, it's alright. It's awesome.
That's probably Tyrannomon.
Tyrannomon?
He's a dinosaur.
Neat.
I do that because, you know, you do have a kind of Power Ranger credit to it.
Yeah, that's
So why not Mammothmon?
Oh, it's actually Charizard Power Rangers.
Oh, I didn't even see. I didn't even see that.
There should be a Charizardmon.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Gonna pause for a second.
Metal Greymon?
Back.
Oh, that's the my favorite.
Oh, okay.
I actually have two.
Alright.
Say what now?
Growlmon and Deoboromon.
Nice.
Oh, yes. You can't forget about the movies, too. Has anyone actually watched all the movies for retirement?
I just picked up, I've actually never seen the first movie, and I just picked up at like a thrift store the other day, so I'm really excited about going home and watching it.
When you-
after.
when you say-
Watch it Japanese first.
When
It's
you-
not the same.
I was like, when you say first movie, do you mean the American release or the actual just the first movie?
The American release.
Okay, that's like 3 movies in one, and they're horribly
It's
abridged.
like, well, technically
Fine.
4. It's like a prelogue, actual thing that's after, and it was just.
And it starts with Angela Anaconda.
Oh God! And then no, the worst part was they repurposed that into the show and called them Mega Giants, but kept the Digimon character costumes.
That's so
If you end
bad.
up liking the second part of the movie with Diaboromon and the net and everything, go watch Summer Wars because the same director.
I've been meaning to do that.
When I saw
Basically
Summer
did the entire
Wars,
movie.
I knew exactly that it was like Digimon, how those first 2 movies played out.
Yeah. Anyone else care to discuss just in topics in general? Yeah, not just TV series, could also be from the card game, could also be from video games, right?
I want to say the original Digimon Tamagotchis. Those were sweet. I still got one in the box.
Yes.
I still have mine too.
On the topic of Digimon Digivices, anyone who has an Android phone, there's an app called Digimon Unlimited.
Yeah.
You want it.
I have it on my iPad.
Yeah. But with regards to video games, my favorite is
What's it
Digimon.
called again?
It's called Digimon Unlimited, and it's free, and it's got a bunch of evolution paths, and it's awesome. But with regards to video games, my favorite is a tie between Digimon World 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Because I had the World Championship for the DS. It was actually.
I wanted to like that one, but when they keep de-digivolving, no matter how good you raise them, I was like, this is not worth my time.
You have to win 15 to 20 battles
also-
for it. You can do it,
Wait,
or
is
it
that
just
for
it
Apple?
dies. And you have to restart.
No, but no matter how good you raise it, it will eventually turn back into an egg. There's no
Yeah.
way to stop it. So I'm like, this is not paying off.
It's not worth it.
Okay, I'm gonna bring up video games, the digital card battle video game for the PS1.
Yes. That was my moment when Blockbuster was still around.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, we got a couple questions in the back. Start with the gentleman there.
Okay, you guys have been playing Digimon Rumble Arena?
I did.
I played it once.
That was awesome.
It's Digimon Brawl.
I actually still have that in my room somewhere. Not that I have anything to play it on anymore, but.
So I bought a Wonder Swan, and I'm wondering which Digimon games that you can actually play.
Battle Spirit 1.5.
Wasn't Battle Spirit like ported to other consoles though?
Battle Spirit 1 and 2 were ported. 1.5 was not, and it is the superior game.
Probably one of my best childhood memories is Digimon World, the original one.
Yes.
I have played almost every other game except that one. Please tell me about it right now.
Well, first off,
Oh yeah, it's
your
very
Digimon
different.
pretty much has to poop every 5 minutes, and you help it out by feeding it toilets.
Yes.
So it's like Tamagotchi on the PS1.
Yes.
If you make
In a complete 3D world, and there are like weird camera angle battles that go on like in the area. There's no like battle screen transition. Like you're walking, bam, a Digimon appears, you fight it.
And the
Oh, yeah,
evolution
and the-
in that game is really weird. Like you can evolve like a Motomon into a Leomon or something.
Yeah,
weird.
you
Like,
can do a lot of
you can do lots of weird evolutions.
That's like the Digimon Gold Tournament for the DS. You can have like one like you know Renamon, and it can evolve into like the poop one, whatever. The garbage one.
Numemon?
Yeah, like how does this work?
I think the way that works is anything can evolve into a Numemon if it meets negative enough conditions. I think that's what Numemon was originally established as, the sign of failure.
If you don't give him the toilets, if you don't feed him toilets, or if you don't feed him food or whatever, then eventually he'll turn into a Numemon. So
and
that
then
was
he eats all the poop,
yes.
which was weird.
Well,
You're back.
Dusk and Dawn.
Sorry?
Digimon World Dusk and Dawn.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is anyone else angry that they still haven't bothered to sub the other Digimon World games, like the Cross Wars 1 and Lost Story, and those all look so good? And redigitized. No, the best one is the remake of Digimon Adventure on the PSP, where they actually include everyone else's megaforms. And there's fully animated evolution sequences.
I need that.
Look them up on YouTube, they're amazing.
I have been. That's why I'm like I
There's a
want it
difference
now.
between YouTube and actually playing the game, alright? If we
Yeah.
play YouTube, we're just gonna be staring at it.
No, I know. The coolest thing about that game is in that evolution line, Garumon's Mega is Ophanimon. as opposed to Magnetramon in the movie.
Oh yeah.
True that.
Just a thought that popped into my head. Like I've never actually came to this conclusion before. But speaking about how, sorry, I'm terrible with the name. Yeah. Gomamon, thank you. Gomamon feeding his fish friends to his tamers. But even more messed up when you think about that meat was grown in the ground. Like it wasn't even that hard to get meat.
That's true.
Well, it's a digital world.
Let's not forget the giant fridge of eggs they found.
Yeah. That one is even better.
Oh.
Or the random restaurant they find in the middle of nowhere. And they don't have the money.
They fixed it a bit in Tamers. They had the burger moms that made food.
My favorite is still the telephone booths. In like one of the first episodes, they walk up and they're just all these telephone booths randomly on the beach, and they're just like, okay, let's try to call home. And they're all running up, and all the things that the phones are saying are just like, I don't know. That's the best part for me.
The new Momons and the vending machines.
Yep.
Yes.
In terms of like a Digivice, do you guys know how to mute the like D powers? Cause like
You have to push two buttons at the same time. I think it's the left one and the bottom one.
It was A and C, I believe. All right. And that's just from what I remember. But that was, I will admit, that was probably about like 12 years ago for me.
Yeah.
All right.
We could talk about favorite Digivice.
That's true. What, like, for me personally, I'll say it was season 2. All right. I kind of just preferred it a little bit better. I had all 3 Digivices. I just can't not find season 1 and 2. I'm stuck with season 3. Going.
I didn't like the ones. They weren't.
You can find pretty much all of them on eBay if you look hard enough.
I like the original adventure ones. Those ones are just the classics. I really like them. But I also like the card swiping ones, I'll admit.
The tamer.
I like how the
The
D1
D-arc.
evolved into the D2s.
Yes.
It's a good progression.
Yeah.
D3s.
And I like how they actually like continue the storyline.
Yeah.
And I said like this is the first gen, never heard of second gen, and they're still there, they're helping them, but it's not. But they're still continue on with like TK and Kyrie.
Kari.
Kyrie's a different story.
But yeah, that's why I like season 2 the most, because it was the first instance of a new show continuing the story.
Yeah.
That was my first instance of that. That's why I like it.
We have a question in the back.
Oh, just the favorite Digivice is the Data Squad Digivice. That's awesome. The D&D Digivice.
The Digivice IC, I believe it was called in the original.
But you still have to punch someone to make it work.
Hey, that honestly, if that was the thing that kept me watching. Honestly, nothing else about that show interested me.
Him punching everything he finds.
What will he punch next episode?
And have other one with little tiny things with this giant thing.
That's when you go to the show and you resub it with Falcon in front of every single time.
Punch.
Digivolve.
I'm sure there's an AMV hell thing for it.
I'm sure there's like cars. I am a man. Sorry, question again?
I just saw what people thought about the old card game in addition to the new revamped card game, or if anybody really has any thoughts about it. I haven't checked out the new
My
one.
thing was the fact that you got cards, but it was kind of confusing to me because they didn't really specify the rules or how to play it, and there was nobody really playing it that much where I was.
Same here. My brother and I got the cards together, so I always had like a built-in playmate for any game. But we just kind of made up our own rules and just kind of ruled with it.
I started playing with Pokemon rules, but that's the easiest way.
Yeah, we kind of did that too. But then, you know, of course, we had problems when we changed the rules in the middle of the game or make up rules in the middle of the game to benefit ourselves. So it's a disadvantage to making up your own rules is that you continue to make up your own rules.
And I haven't really heard much about the new thing yet.
I didn't know they had a revamped one, to be honest. Yeah.
I actually just saw it over there at the
okay.
other room. 2 different decks. It was like Shopmon and the new Greymon decks or whatever.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing it on TV a lot, but I'm like, it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's weird. It works like with the cross loader. Like you put the card over where the cross loader's front bit of it is, and the cross loader's got buttons. So you push the buttons where the card is, and it makes sounds, and that's part of the game.
Okay.
It's basically like you have a dual deck for Yu-Gi-Oh.
I was about to say, that sounds kind of like a dual deck.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, I want to share this with the panelists as well. Like, what was the defining moment in Digimon for you that was just like it's just a pure memory that you can remember from it? You want to start off?
I mean, you're making me think now. Like,
I'll start then if you want. Okay, biggest memory of Digimon was probably at the very end of season 1, where everybody else has been like incapacitated in some form, and TK and Kari are just like trying to escape, and then that's when Angemon shows up. And that's like, that was a defining moment for me, personally.
Do you want to give it to the front, or should we?
I'm still thinking.
Okay.
I'll just say it quickly. For me, it was when Jedi Get the Prophecy, when Ben and my Aerospawn appeared, that Arrows of Hope and Light would be summoned forth. Having to shoot your older brothers in the back.
Never mind that they were holding hands for the entire scene.
I'm sure a lot of fangirls saved that screenshot.
Yeah.
Mine was when they were in the airport or back in their own world, and there was all like the Pokémon, or there were the little
Pokémon?
and they were like saying, and they were singing the song. And that's what you actually saw. Some of like the main, like you see some of the season 2 characters as they were little kids, and it kind of from there thought it was progressioning through it. But that one scene, even when in the actual like when they're in digital world, I thought that was funny. It kind of was like, oh, it's something good here.
Most of this is first. These are the end of
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'll give you a hint. Grizzly Wing! Digimon, no!
All the feels, no!
Can someone please give him a hug for me? Thank you.
I paused my player right there. I get in. I paused it and I'm like, I left the room. I didn't watch it the rest of the episode.
Yeah, I had to walk away from that too, I think.
You were my only friend, Gatomon.
Nobody came back.
I think my favorite moments were all the ones where they had like a real life, like all the characters went through their real life thing. Like Joe got back with his brother. Izzy admitted to his parents he knew he was adopted, and Kari, whenever Kai went back, had to say goodbyes. He was floating up into the air.
I liked that
all the parts where
yeah, where they came back into the real world and had to like, instead of just like being able
and
to
it's
run
like
around,
they
they actually had to
away because of all the digital world stuff.
They actually had to integrate their real lives into that, and it doesn't happen in some like fantasy settings. You know, they come back and just pretend nothing's happened, and they don't have to deal with it. In this, they really had where they had to like go home and explain to their families and actually deal with the real world while they were trying to deal with the digital world, which I thought was really interesting.
And then all of their family kind of said, "Go save the world."
Yeah, that was awesome too.
And they somehow helped in some parts too in that season finale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Originally I was gonna say the Wizardmon thing, but
You still can, all right.
I'm gonna go ahead and say the entire Kenichi Joji saga, the first 2/3 of 02, because God, he was such a compelling character and he had such a nice redemption saga.
I liked him.
I'll piggyback. So right after his favorite moment, or just memorable moment I remember is, who is this mysterious woman? It was Are You Kennymon? Like lurking around in his room.
You mean
I had to go to bed that night.
You mean Digimon Team Rocket?
All right, we got a question in the back.
Yeah,
then
sort of just
there, and then the other one.
is that the whole last bit of Kenichi Joji's story, when he had just solving everything with his brother. That was one of my favorite parts.
Oh yeah.
Blowing bubbles.
Yeah. All right, we'll have the back. We'll just go around this way.
I think I just always love watching the transformations of the Digimon, the Digivolution. So every time they went one more step beyond, it was really exciting. But I think the most exciting bit, I remember being at a friend's house when I first saw this, was the transformation from the Warp Digivolution from Agumon to Wargreymon and Gabumon to Metal Garurumon. I think that was just really exciting. And it ended off with the to be continued. I was just like, oh my god, I need to see the next episode.
There was a friend of mine who got me a copy of that on VHS. All right, now the case of that on VHS. All right, and she got it in the pawn shop. So I don't blame it for it not being in the actual case, but instead having something in Punjabi completely different from that. We kind of got ripped on that, but nonetheless, it was. I do agree with that moment. There was a question in the back, and then the other one.
I think one of my favorite parts in the first season, I think it was during Myolismon's second form, Venom Myolismon, I believe. Apparently, Wargreymon and Melgarurumon team up. Apparently, Wargreymon grabs a portion of a building, a circular one, and kicks it as if it's a soccer ball.
Oh, yeah. Right into his crotch.
Really ignored.
Oh, look, destruction. Here we go. We'll blame it on the enemy.
Let's go save the world and not blow this one.
I gotta say, in season 3, when Digimon talks to that one blonde-haired villain, because it was just Steve Bloom talking to himself.
Realizing that I can actually watch a series about monsters and realize that it doesn't matter whether Ash can catch them all or not.
We know he never will.
And have a storyline to go with it.
And they actually learn throughout it. They're not pulling out advice to ask every single Digimon. They actually learn.
No, you actually had your own creature to be like, yo, this is who it is, alright? This is its stats. This
Yeah,
is
but
what
even if Ash has seen one, if he sees it later on in the series, he once again has to figure out what
Ash is just kind of an idiot.
I kind of want the, just in regards to Pokemon, I know this is about Digimon, but just in regards to that, I kind of wish the Pokédex should just point to him. Be like, yeah, you retarded Pokemon.
Ash, the never-aging Pokemon.
Yeah, question right there.
I apologize, Ash, I did not even see you there.
Wait! It's not Ash, it's Red! It's not Ash!
we're all hanging on the poor
Two things. One,
Yeah, technically.
I'm not Ash. I'm Red from the game.
Thank you.
Second,
Thank you, okay?
He's the one that doesn't release Butterfree.
I'm the one who gets rid of Team Rocket.
There you go.
Okay,
Thank you.
I think one of the shocking moments was the first time we actually see them Digivolve in the first episode.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah,
those
the
dark
lights
clouds
down.
came out of
Oh,
nowhere.
that's good, yeah.
The Eternal Dragon!
Sorry for the double answer, but one more moment I wanted to bring up. This is the episode I like to keep going back and watching. The first episode of the Dark Master Saga, because it shows you not only every Digivolution that's been shown up to this point, but the only evolution of Salamon to Garumon.
Yeah. I always wanted her to be Salamon afterwards, like whenever she got Kari.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
This isn't really like a moment per se, but just how in like Tamers, it really, it's like a whole new series, and it really shows like it shows you like the problems of owning a Digimon in the real world.
Yeah.
It was nice.
There was one other moment, and it's only because I decided I want to watch the rest of Cross Wars just to say I did. Now, I didn't really like Cross Wars for the second part of it, but near the very end, my mind was blown having every single leader in an episode to say, we gotta take out everything in the digital world and we're gonna do it as one team. Alright?
And
we're gonna get every goggles person here.
That was awesome!
Punching gloves.
That is true.
Now, one of my favorite moments, actually, again, double answer, but in the first couple episodes of 02, when TK and Kari are just being best buddies, and Davis is just trying to shove his way in there, every single time. He's like, "Hi, Kari," and then Kari goes over to TK, and they're talking about stuff, and he's just like,
and then
yeah, foiled again.
Noodle shop.
Yeah. No, we don't.
The most successful noodle shop.
We do not talk about the epilogue. We do not talk about it.
Nope.
Sorry.
Did you say there was an epilogue? I somehow wiped that.
No,
from my
there's no epilogue. It never happened.
Okay, good.
My thing
Devil
was,
May Cry 2 then.
one of my it wasn't okay for one of my saddest parts I hated was in the end of Frontier when you find out that Koji's actually in a coma and not
It's Koichi, yeah.
He's not in a coma and he's not actually there.
I
and then they run to him in the hospital and the Digivices go to their cell phones and it's and he comes alive.
The whole storyline with Koji and Koichi just it killed me. It's just oh.
When Willis tells the most saddest story and Davis is crying.
Stop crying, you don't need to cry.
That's my camera for you.
I think we can blame that on the bad abridging of the movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
End of season 1, where I believe it's Millenniumon destroys the crests and tags.
Oh yeah.
It's like, go evil guys.
Then they have to find their own inner spirit to be like, you know what? We didn't need this crap to begin with.
I like how that tied into the Wonder Swan games.
Looking for them.
Yeah.
I just speaking of the Digimon movie, the part where Izzy's stomach starts to.
I told you so.
But I told
comes back and it's blue screen.
Fixing computers the Thai way.
There is better. The egg! It's hatching!
Hi, Garamon.
And then like the giant like, bird Digimon just hatches out of the egg and the sky just falls to the ground.
I'm sorry, when I see a massive Digimon like that, and you see like this tiny little thing.
I know!
You're kind of just like,
what even? Why?
You know, when they had that for like, not our war game, but when Bar 1 Strikes Back, alright? At least the proportion of the egg was kind of irrelevant to Bar 1 then when he came into the real world. Alright, just saying.
He was in a zip disk.
He wasn't a compressed file coming into the real world, alright? He was like, oh, everything's expanded.
So does anybody else have a favorite scene they want to talk about, or do we want to move on to favorite characters? Yes.
Yeah, let's just talk about everything surrounding Megidra.
Megidramon?
Megidramon.
The failed Gilmon Mega.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of preferred him in that form.
Oh, yeah.
More than Gallantmon,
I
right?
really liked Gallantmon, not gonna lie. I like both.
Dukemon X in the movie is gorgeous. In X Evolution.
What else was there from actually, there was an anime movie. Was it X Evolution?
Which one are you talking about? The CG one?
Follow on Dorumon.
Yes, that's X Evolution.
Right.
There were so many X Antibody Digimon. Metal Garurumon is amazing.
Because like I was a bit more fond of that movie compared to others, only because you actually had an organization in the digital world of the Royal Knights.
Yeah. Well, Saber's kind of touched on that too. But one thing I will say about X Evolution: spoiler alert, Leomon dies. Big surprise. Right at the start.
Sorry, no. Does anyone want spoilers? Does anyone care for it, or should we just shout it out? All right. He did not die. He committed suicide.
Well, he was defending Dorumon and got injured.
He's like, I actually have a virus in me, so I'm going to stab myself so I do not kill anyone except myself.
Yeah. The thing with X Evolution is, yes, it's a great movie, but the lore behind it and their motivations are so wildly explained to an unsatisfying degree.
Yeah, my thing was in the Tamer's movie. Tamer's movie, the Locomon train.
Oh, I was gonna say which one.
I did not like that one bit. It had nothing to it. It was just we're stuck on a train. What do we do?
Oh no, the train is alive.
Yeah.
Just speed Digimon version.
Adventure's Battle was a good Tamer's movie.
I know that brings up a good moment in Tamers whenever he found the kids that were bullying him and he got to push him back onto the train. That was a good moment too.
Oh, wasn't that Frontier?
That was Frontier. Oh, that's Frontier.
Yeah.
Sorry.
With the trains, yes.
And Andromon comes back in that part, and there's then like.
I was hoping that those 4 kids would inherit the 4 the spirits of the other 4 elements and become users themselves.
I was kind of hoping for that too.
If it had done better, it could have happened.
Yeah.
Then we could have had heroes of all 10 elements.
Like even the Frontier movie, I actually really enjoyed. Cause it was like.
Oh, the Ornithmon one, yeah.
Yeah, it's like this one Digimon is like playing both sides. They'll take Digistants apart from each other, trying to figure out what's going on. But
Yep.
might be like this weird Digimon, like, oh, I'll be female over here, I'll rule these guys, and I'll be like this bird thing over here, rule those guys. And they don't realize it until like the last couple things. It's like
That awesome slide evolution.
that. Yeah, that was probably one of my favorite movies other than the original ones.
I feel like for me, Frontier, like I liked all the characters, but I felt like it didn't have enough characters, especially after like Tamers, which had like this whole. It had like the core group, but then it had all these extra people as well. So then Frontier just went down to like the 5 or 6?
6.
6 with.
But then also had their 2 little companions with them, kind of helping them along the way.
Yeah, they did the mother. Yeah, those things were weird.
Yeah.
You mean the Mr. Peabody and Sherman characters?
Yeah, I thought they were like Winnie the Pooh and Piglet.
Yeah.
That too.
My friends did an abridged series where they made Peabody and Sherman.
Out of curiosity, does anyone have like a least favorite character from this from any Digimon series?
Edamon.
I'll agree with you on Mimi. Alright. I'm sorry. When the movie came out and they were trying to call everyone, I'm sorry, I'm on vacation. I don't really care if the internet's being taken over.
And I wish you were here.
And they didn't explore her crest very much in comparison to the other ones.
Yeah.
The crest is
She got her own singing episode, which is really.
And the song was horrible.
It was so terrible.
definitely something to see there, heavy on the sarcasm.
Yeah.
Any characters you particularly do not like?
I'm really sorry, I did not like Yoli at all.
I was about to say Yoli. She was too
Cody
clingy.
did hurt you too. He's just always so angry. at
Yoli was
everything.
way too clingy.
Then when she married Ken, I'm like, this cannot happen. I'm divorcing you too.
That's like something a fanfic writer would do.
Yeah,
it was like really old couple
we did not talk about the epilogue.
I was gonna say, wasn't she the narrator for that?
No, that's
For
TK.
what?
That's TK.
For season 2.
No.
That's TK.
Oh, it's TK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they pulled the whole Davis being the narrator for season 3.
For some reason.
For some reason.
Different continuities.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, and the season 3 teacher that totally had Kyrie's voice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as Digimon.
I like how a lot of people were
Kyrie now. It just
I know.
Even in like the Digimon World
Kyrie
games, Izzy's voice
versus
played
Kyrie.
half the characters.
Well, yeah, Mona Marshall's pretty prolific. She also played Kite from .hack.
Yes.
I like to think it's Izzy playing the game.
This isn't really hate or like, but Henry's voice actor does a really good job with like emotions, cause like during some of the like swipe scenes, like you can really hear like panic in his voice.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
You
Dave.
can really hear like when they're getting,
Dave Wittenberg is a talented man. He also plays Kefka from FF6, so you know he's got chops.
Who's that other girl from Tamers?
Rika?
Jerry?
Jerry. Her voice annoyed me so
okay,
much.
talking about hate, I really couldn't stand her. I
The puppet.
hated her so much.
I think that was her character though.
If Jerry was bad for Keenan. Do you remember Keenan?
Yes.
This is a series who couldn't speak English even though he'd been raised by Digimon. They could speak perfect English.
Well, they were trying to pull off the whole Tarzan boy thing.
Yeah. It didn't work very well there.
No, he was adorable in some
Ikto got
ways, but
interesting
you're like,
later
you
on.
should be able to talk. I want him to learn how to talk now.
Who, just remind me, who were the 2 friends of Takano from season 3?
Kazu and Kenta.
Yeah.
Which one had Marine Angemon again?
Kenta.
Kenta.
He would be my second least favorite character.
He just got screwed.
Yeah.
It's not his
The second
fault.
he got a Digimon, he's like, and you're a Mega! I was like, can you please shut up?
Well, he's not wrong. He got a shrimpy mega, but it's a mega. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
I was just like, you just like climbed up the corporate ladder to get a Digimon.
Literally. And his Digivice was pink.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
What's her name? Susie?
Oh yeah, Susie!
She's up, with the big one, and she's like,
She got friggin' Antilamon.
Like, hi, be my friend now. And then Digimon's just like, okay. And then they walk off together. It's like, I don't recall it being that easy for anybody else.
Similarly,
Stranger Danger.
No, you know what? No, you know what that was? That was nepotism. Just because she was the sister of Henry.
Yeah.
Similarly,
You get to be a tamer by association.
the main character got the male Biomon, the gigantic male Biomon. That was terrifying.
Momentine everywhere.
I thought
but I need to go a step lower.
What I thought was cool is there's this one girl in Cross Wars whose partner is a friggin' Submarimon.
This I will need to relook at.
And then they crossed it with Plegiomon, and it was awesome.
Anything else for general discussion that you want, anyone would want to bring up?
Anybody want to talk about their favorite characters instead of their least favorite characters?
Kari, without a doubt. Well,
Yes. Good choice.
Any particular reason?
I think she's funky.
And I think the backstory too.
Me too, yeah.
She was the one, like the light. She was the one who like had to show them where to go, what to do, kind of giving them that pathway.
I liked her whole introduction into the thing and everything.
Right.
Terriermon. One reason. Momentai.
Alright.
I'm surprised they left that untranslated.
There's one, and then we have another one in the back.
I really like Myotismon's aim. But no, my Otismon, I loved how he ended up being like the big villain at the end of the second one too.
Oh yeah.
Like that was cool.
That was cool.
We had a hand race in the back there somewhere.
Alright, Cody.
Yes.
Cody was one of my favorites.
I liked Cody.
I have only one reason for it, and it's because my name's Cody.
That's favoritism.
When they're sneaking into school, I don't think I really need to bend down. No.
Or like people, I think there was like Rockmon, they're keeping them in the school and like doing poses in like a computer lab, just in the
Or
like.
Katsumon.
Yeah. Nobody can see you just pose there, and teachers don't even care, doesn't even notice that they're just posing like they're statues.
Oh, that was great.
I like how Gatomon and Patamon or whoever were like hiding up in the rafters while they were playing basketball.
Yeah. Good question back.
Jedi.
Jedi.
Ooh.
What version of Jedi though? Because there are God knows how many.
There's 8 versions. You have old Jedi and then one from each one. The Australian Jedi.
The one who cosplayed Santa.
Maybe he really is Santa.
Could be. He does have internet
That's how
powers.
they made gifts without like running up a humongous bill. They just make it in the digital world with data.
He does have internet powers.
Two Santamon.
Anything else for discussion?
We have about 10 minutes left, I think, before they start trying to pick us up.
There was our moderator who should be here right now. Unfortunately not. Sorry.
But isn't.
He mentioned something to us in a private group about Digimon video game being released on the PS3.
Oh yeah, they're trying to petition to get to start to happen and then get into America.
Nice.
I don't know what it's called though.
I think it was Digimon Encode or something.
Yeah,
like that.
something.
I'm not sure if they were what entirely they were going to base it off of, but from what I've seen from the photos online, they're pretty amazing by far.
Is it available in Japanese already?
I'm not entirely sure.
I think they're still developing it, but they heard about it and they're just trying to start to get it out there.
Is that what we're talking about?
Operation Decode? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the newest world game. They want localized.
Nice.
So there's.
Is it out yet?
There's a
In
Facebook
Japan?
group for it apparently called Operation Decode.
Yeah, it's like a petition.
There's it's a 3DS game, Digimon World Digitized
Oh, yeah.
Decode. So it apparently came out in Japan in 2013, but we haven't got it yet.
We haven't gotten any of the recent ones.
I
There's a
know.
bunch of Digimon Worlds that haven't come out. There was 2 on the PSP.
Aside from that, what else do we want to have?
Did we talk about the games ago?
The majority of it, out of curiosity, just what is everyone's like? Has anyone played the video games at all from it?
Yeah.
Like from PS1 to DS.
Yeah, we talked about some of them.
Yeah, we did kind of talk about that.
All right. I completely had a brain fart.
Okay, I got one. If you went to the Digimon world and had your pick of any, what is the small little...
In training?
Rookie. Yeah, rookie.
Rookie.
If you could pick any rookie Digimon...
Charmander!
Digimon!
No, the difference between Pokemon and Digimon is Digimon can evolve and get stronger, but they still can be weak. Digimon, they can just evolve into these crazy giant things with guns and weapons and just kill Pokemon easily.
And then turn right back.
Evolution, because somebody argued with me that this
And then they turn
the
back to
Digimon,
being
it's
cute.
not biologically possible like Pokemon is, except for the fact that Digimon are data, and therefore can reassemble in any way, that shape, or form that they want.
Like, Pikachu's what level now and he gets beat by level 5 Snivy, like, what's with this?
The thing I like about a Digimon is that when I get my Pokemon and I evolve them, they're not cute anymore.
Yeah.
And when I do Digimon, they evolve and then they go back to being cute, okay?
Has anyone heard of a series called 16-Bit High?
Yes.
All right. There was a particular episode in there where it bashes Pokemon to a T, and I love it. But at the same time, it also mixes in with the characters, the main characters in general. That being one of the characters is like the daughter of Mario, and you know, saying, oh, you know, having monsters battle one another or using it for personal use is just completely against it. And they find out that there's like an underground Pokemon monster battle being run by Yoshi.
Well, Yoshi is an honorary Pokemon if you know the history behind Pokemon.
That's true.
So we have a question over there.
Has anyone here played the MMO?
You mean the Savers one? The bad one?
Wait. Yeah, I think it's the bad one.
Yeah, there's like a Tamers one and a Savers one, and they're both bad in different ways.
I don't know, I'm talking about Tamers.
Okay, yeah, I played that one. It's okay, but it's a Korean MMO. It's exactly what you expect. You play as one of the 3 main Tamers and go.
Do you have another question in the back? I thought I saw a hand. No?
Or did Okay.
I just have a quick story about the kid who got me into Digimon. He was back in middle school, and he saw that I liked Pokemon. He's like, "Here, I got Digimon World for you," and because he had 2 copies for some reason, he just gave it to me. And when we got to high school, he was killed by a drunk driver, and I still have the copy of the game that he gave me. So shout out to him. Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry to kind of bum out the panel.
He's data again.
There you go.
He's gonna be
How did you get
reconfigured.
everybody into Digimon?
Yeah.
All right, like that actually is a good question, nonetheless.
How did you get into Digimon? Yeah.
It was on YTV.
Yeah, YTV.
It was on Saturday mornings and I was the only child.
Beat the heat with the Digi.
And it's like a Toronto-based like cartoon
yeah,
strip.
that makes sense. Okay.
Channel 25.
I'm American, sorry. I don't
That's
know.
fine.
Digimon was actually the first anime I ever watched.
All right, we got a question right here.
Actually, I just want to see how I'm into it. I used to really like Pokemon, and then they put Digimon when Pokemon was on TV, and then I saw the light.
How I got into Digimon was I found a card and I looked into what it was.
Yeah.
A very, very old program called Fox Kids.
Some very good things came out of there, and not some very good things came out of there.
So, in truth, Digimon was actually the first anime I ever watched as a kid. And the reason I started watching is I was just walking through my kitchen one day while my brother was watching it. And I look over and I see Mimi and I'm like, is that Aerith from FF7? What are you watching? So I sat and watched and I'm like, oh my god.
That's wonderful. I think that's the best story we're gonna get here. Unless anybody else would want to try to beat that.
Not really a story, but I think I liked it so much because I love the song. It's the original theme song. It's always stuck in my head. So like,
and then that Tamer's mix.
I mean, today all the way to the con with my friend.
And then that Tamer's mix.
Who knows the Digi-Rap by heart?
Yes, right here. I have it on my iPod.
You can do it right now on the spot?
If I might be able to, but I haven't listened to it in a while, so probably not the whole thing.
I'll be completely honest. If I was sober, I would probably attempt it. But, you know, when you do panels, you kind of need a few in there just in case you mess up. But there was one thing I wanted to discuss as well, and it's from season 2. They got an entirely different soundtrack from Digimon. Not just the theme, but they kind of just added in more music, more songs. I guess just for a kids' audience in general, like Run Around, Keep It Up, or sorry, Kick It Up. I'm Going Digital.
Change into Power.
The entire like theme and feel of the show and the movies changes whenever you put it back into like the subs.
Yeah.
Because the Japanese music just makes it seem a lot less pumped. They're more mellow.
I'm not gonna lie, I still prefer the Japanese opening for season 1 over the original North American opening.
I love
Butterfly is great.
The Biggest Dreamer, that song, I still listen to it.
Speaking of the songs, there's one of the booths in the Sheraton was actually selling some of the Image song CDs.
Yeah, I saw those.
Yeah.
Can we talk for a second about how surprisingly awesome the dubbed Frontier opening was?
I love that song.
Equally catchy to the original.
Yes.
Sorry, just going back to what got us into Digimon in the first place.
Yeah.
I still remember 15 years ago going to the theater on my buddy's birthday and seeing the Digimon movie in theaters.
Yes.
We still make it a point to jam to the soundtrack on the drive down here from Ottawa every year.
Nice. One of my oldest friends, the second last day that the Digimon movie was available in theaters was the day I saw Digimon. Alright, and seeing it on the big screen, alright, just for that alone, showed just like how much how much money Digimon really made off from kids watching it, the merchandise they sold in the process, and just how much of an impact the show made on individuals and fans.
I had so much merch from Digimon. We had like a whole bin of just like the little Digimon toys. It was kind of ridiculous.
There's an old bin in the dealer's room, and it's terrifying.
Oh, I know.
They, like half of them don't have eyes.
Yeah.
My thing was, I did watch like Sailor Moon, Pokemon, as I said before, but Digimon was the first anime I actually completely watched from start to finish.
And you were glued to that TV every day and every time it was on.
Yeah. I would play Sega Stands from school just to watch it over and over again.
We got about 7 minutes. I think you're just 5 minutes prior.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Who remembers Samurai Pizza Cats?
Yeah.
Along with the Fox Kids.
Yep.
I was just saying, I don't know how many people are like really just into the whole like, I guess like monster genre. 'Cause, like I'm a big fan of shows like Monster Rancher and stuff like that too.
I think people who like Monster Rancher would like Savers because it is also a case of the human punches the monster in the face.
Yeah.
Monster Rancher's ending was really, really.
I didn't get to the ending. I'm only about midway through part 2.
Like Monster Rancher, to be honest. I watched one episode and I feel like there was a monster called like Golem or something that was exactly like Golem from Pokemon. That was just like.
You do realize what it is.
Their design is simple, I will admit.
I couldn't get past the fact that the main villain's name was Moo.
And it's not M-U, M-O-O. Like it was spelled M-O-O. Like the cow. I'm not kidding, Wicked.
Watch out.
I feel like an abridged series just wrote itself.
On the comment that was earlier for Digimon Unlimited for Androids.
Yeah.
Right, I was just checking along what else is available in the Android Play Store. Season 1 Digivices for the game of it is also available on there right now for free. All right, I just checked this now about 20 minutes ago. All right, if you just type in Digimon, it'll just be like Digi S1, and it'll show like it's everything from the first season Digivice and File Island as well.
I have it on my Android pad thingy at home, and it's actually really good. I actually love it.
All right. Anyone else have another comment in general, just to Digimon? Because we got about 5 minutes to kill.
Favorite Dark Master?
Metal Seedramon.
I like Puppetmon.
Same. Puppetmon, oh yeah.
I kind of like Pokemon. No, I definitely like. I like. I forget his name now though.
Cherrymon.
Cherrymon.
He wasn't a Dark Master, he was like Puppetmon's servant.
No, he was,
He was like the advisor for Pokémon, but nonetheless, it was like, you're lacking one thing if you want to take over the digital world.
He was so manipulative.
You need to have friends, okay?
I just loved his accent.
If you don't have friends, you cannot take over the world, alright? You can destroy me now,
Do
but
it
you
for
will not get
yourself.
success.
Do it for yourself.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of felt a little bit annoyed when Machine Dramon had its moment. Right after Metal Seedramon, he had, what was it, 2 or 3 episodes, and then that was it for him?
Yeah, it was like Metal Seedramon had 3, Puppetmon had like 2 or 3, and then
was the test.
and then there was like the whole Saber Leomon saga, and then Machine Dramon had 2 episodes, and then Paimon had his whole shtick.
Majority of the time for Machine Dramon, it was just filler that Kari was just conveniently sick at the time.
Yeah.
Alright. So really, it took, what, 10 minutes to kill him? That was an amazing Dark Master. I give him special.
Good voice though.
Yes, absolutely for that. We'll see. Yes?
One villain from the first season we haven't talked about, Edamon.
I loved it.
Edamon is his own special character. That's the best way to put it.
I'm actually probably going to head out a little early. I have another panel that's downstairs, so I kind of have to run to make it. So, oh yeah, have fun, guys. That was a great panel.
No problem.
And even like another comment I had, it was Angela and the other one. No,
Lady Devimon.
Lady Devimon.
Yes.
They were having this slapping fight. In the
Yeah, and there were like dudes watching them.
Yeah.
And then Yoli just comes up on them.
Alrighty, we'll see. We got literally 1 minute left.
Pictures.
Pictures?
Or we could sing the Digimon song.
Alrighty, yeah, we can do that. Anyone who's dressed as Digimon, if you want to come... I did too, don't worry. Anyone who is in costume right now from Digimon, right, if you want to come to the front, I actually wouldn't mind getting even a group photo taken of all of us. In general, thank you all for coming at the same time. Hopefully we're able to discuss as much as we could about Digimon. And yeah, enjoy the rest of what Animal remains of.
The last hour.
And hopefully see you all next year as well.
Sound the same when you
So yeah, every Digimon is going to the front. And could I ask for someone a favor as well? Because I kind of can't do this in guns.
Like affix it between the nozzles.
Oh my gosh.
You can't just be heavy? Is heavy?
No. Like I said, I ran to this panel with alcohol.
Oh, okay, true.
So for me getting out of it is almost impossible.
Everyone wants to see your pants.
That's my sugar pants.
Oh yeah.
Surprisingly not wrong. I'm gonna have you guys proceed really quickly because we have a lot of people lined up for the next panel.